And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with yet another live. I wanted to jump on as soon as possible because yesterday we had an absolutely legendary live, and I feel bad because I feel like content wise I did not deliver. Um, it was not up to par with the incredibly generous donations that we got yesterday. So I just wanted to kind of like make up for that today. Um, I actually have a going away party at my house in like 40 minutes. So we're gonna do like a barbecue grill with all the roommates. But before that, I wanted to talk to the fam. What is up, Mike? What is up, AB Jack? You guys know the double gun salute. Double gun salute. Still in the building. You're gonna miss your Mexico vids when you go back to Belgium. I mean, so further to be clear, knock on wood here, Belgium is very much supposed to be a temporary thing. You know, the idea is not to get stuck. I'm gonna spend about a month there and get my ass back here. That is the plan. And I'll be breaking you guys off with Belgian content. Ah, from the mean streets of Belgium. And then I'll be right back making. What's up, JB? Big shout out Australia. Shout out Ziz, man. Ziz inspired me. Without Ziz, there's no Benzo today. Benzo is a child of Ziz. So shout out Aussie. Yesterday's live was insane. Yesterday's live was the craziest live I've done. Like I've never had someone donate $100. That was just like, you know, absolutely incredible and just a testament to like hard work pays off. For anybody out there who's grinding, who's like, trying to make something happen, just keep putting in the work. It's not gonna come when you expect it. I certainly did not expect it yesterday. Let's get some thumbs going, guys. We got 7 people in here, only 3 thumbs, so we need about 4 more. And let's get some questions going. I'm hyped up. I'm stoked. I'm ready to get into it. What do you guys want to talk about? And also, some people have been asking me like, "When are you bringing back your normal videos?" Like, that's happening. That's coming. It's not gonna be. Look at this. This is like, all right. Mexican people love this electrolyte. So they actually think this is a medicine. Like you'll get sick, and then people will buy you electrolytes. Like they have successfully brainwashed Mexican people into thinking this is some type of antibiotic. Jane Spade, the legend. I need a new. This is not cutting it for Jane Spade, man. Jane, you had me up all night because that's how excited I was due to your generous contribution. Anyway, so this stuff is literally it's electrolyte water, right? So it's like sugar and water with some electrolytes in it. Like it's not all bad, but in general, like the only people that should be drinking this stuff are people that are like running marathons or like being very athletic. And that's something that you'll see in Mexico, man. Everybody chugs these. They're drinking sugar water all day, and they think they're drinking vitamin water, and they think they're being healthy. And it's like you're just drinking liquid calories. Which are the worst you can drink. Now you're probably like, if it's that bad, why do you have one? Well, because I like to buy the bottle and use it as my water bottle. So every now and then I buy one, and then I just finish one and I fill it up with water. But yeah, like you'll go to the pharmacies in Mexico, they're stacked with this stuff. It's like imagine going to a pharmacy and all it has is like Sprite and Fanta and Coca Cola. And like, yeah, man, there's a reason why Mexico has become the number one. They have the number one obesity rate in the world um, because they don't know anything about diet. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? Wow, what do you think? Damn, that's a tough one. Maybe, get some bigger quads, some bigger legs. Maybe. All right, I'm not gonna do the obvious thing where I say nice car. Right? Let's. I'll play along for the plot. I'll do it for the plot. If I could change one thing about myself, it would be some. It wouldn't. First of all, it wouldn't be something about my body, besides the obvious, because I'm very blessed in the genetics department. Like I'm tall, like I have good muscle bellies, like all that stuff. I like my hair. Um, I would sometimes I have a temper, and sometimes I can get too emotional and too like I can get angry about stuff I shouldn't get angry about. Sometimes I also think it's because of the like because I take supplements like I take stuff like this, which is Tritigen. It's natural. It's like a natural testosterone booster. I take Alpha GPC. I take Tonka Ali. And sometimes I do think that these things like they raise my testosterone, but they also give me like a mild form of roid rage. Like when your test gets too high, you can get like a little bit too like her, too on edge. And so sometimes I can get I can in the heat of the moment I can get too intense. I can get too like. But then again, I feel like that's my strength and my power to keep me going. So I'm not sure if I want to denounce that. Um, I definitely take things personal sometimes too much. I can be sensitive. I can be a sensitive pussy and take things personal and feel slighted, and that's something I don't like about myself. And I try really hard to work on that and to catch myself in the moment and be like, "You're doing it again. Don't be a sensitive pussy. Don't be so yeah. Just like catch yourself." Have you seen the 100 men versus one gorilla trend? Yeah, I've seen it. I think it's so that's the part of the internet I've checked out on. I feel like all the internet content that I still consume at this point, it's NBA, it's Reddit NBA content, NBA podcast, Bill Simmons. Um, I don't really like. I don't really watch people's Instagram stories. Not really. Sometimes, but I don't know, man. Shit like that. It's just I can't even spend 2 seconds on it. I feel like people are bored, man, and they're always coming up with weird things. I know I sound like a boomer, but I don't care about that stuff. I really don't. I really don't. I had a comment the other day on my channel, and it was someone said something about you would be a great dog owner or something like that. Something to the extent about animals and being a dog owner. And then this person replied to that comment saying, "Yeah, he would. Unfortunately, he's obsessed with human connections, and he cares too much. Like he's all about human connections. Like what a dumbass." So his point was like humans suck, and why would you? But that's kind of like that's true. Like not that humans suck. Like I'm not the same way I can't spend 5 minutes playing a video game. The same way I never sit down to watch a movie or a show because I know it's just like a movie and a show. If that makes sense. I feel like and this is gonna sound pretentious, so I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm just being super honest how I see the world. I feel like I've deconstructed reality to a thing where I only care about things that I consider profound. And the only thing that still interests me is like people, sociology. So I love to like study people, examine people, like try to like find patterns. That's why I love love. Like I don't think there's a more complex thing or concept than love, and just like figuring that out and how that makes people think and act and the high that you get from love. That's why I'm so into love. Like I'm not into love because I'm a corny dude who's just like love, or because I watch so many Disney movies. It's just like the concept of love is the one thing I've yet to figure out. Whereas if I'm playing a video game, there's nothing to figure out. It's just like, yeah, some programmer made this, poured it into pixels and gameplay, and now I'm hitting these controllers, to participate. But it's just like nothing. It's literally nothing. It's meaningless. The same with even watching movies and shows. Like, okay, I'm watching something that someone created. You could argue with movies and shows there's like an artistic side to it, and like you can learn something from it, and um, but it doesn't do it for me because I know it's not real. I know it's people acting out something. So I'm like, this is not. They're acting. So what am I looking at that? So that's why I love thinking about love, talking about love, studying love, being in love. I love so much. I love love so much. I love when love hurts. That's also why I like weed because weed is one of the few things that also really like alters your reality and makes you think a certain way, different way. Um, and that like I always talk about like the world being overrated. I mean that like when I travel, I can't help but be like this is kind of like the same as every other place. It's buildings. It's there's a park there. There's a cathedral or a tournament there, and then there's families trying to make a living. There's someone selling, pink teddy bears. There's a guy playing the guitar. Like it's all the same to me, man. It doesn't like I cannot relate to people's infatuation with different cultures because all I can see is the same stuff with a different packaging. Um, so yeah, that was a long answer to your question. If I heard about the one gorilla versus 100 men thing, like yeah, I can't even spend 1 second on that. It's just so meaningless. Um, Mike Davis, tell me about it, man. What did you? I haven't smoked weed in 5 days. Big shout out to you. That's what's up. Keep it going, bro. If you smoke a lot of weed and then you stop, I swear to God, that's a whole different high. Like then you get high on life. I feel like anytime I take a break from weed, my it's like the knife that is my emotions that has become blunt because I've been cutting veggies and cutting all types of bullshit with it. When you stop cutting, meaning smoking, the knife becomes sharp again, and all of a sudden, like the first 6, 7, 8 days are so amazing. Life hits so hard, like music hits so hard, and then caffeine in the morning. I cry every time I stop on day 4 or 5. I cry. Like I'll have a song or something. I'll just be like so emotional. So I love that about quitting weed. It's its own. It's its own. It's a high on its own. Let's get some thumbs going, people. We got 15 people and 8 thumbs. I know you guys like me a little bit more than that. Um, I wasn't meaning anything physically. I fight with my emotions so much. I want to be a better person. I think you're already there, bro. I did not think it bad at all. No offense taken at all. Like, there's not a single question you can ask in this chat that'll offend me. Like, that's really how I feel. Delta 8 is dangerous. FDA is trying to ban it. Bro, educate me. What is Delta 8? Because I'm totally ignorant on that. I mean, the fact that FDA is trying to ban something, no one takes the FDA serious, guys. Like the FDA is a joke. Like if you want to talk about regulations, you should look at European regulations. Not trying to shit on the US, but the stuff that's legal in the US is insane. Like FDA is not, they're not, doesn't mean anything. I had a bad weed gummy bear. Yeah, man. I keep telling people like edibles is I get it. In theory, it's so much healthier, right? Because you're not smoking anything, you're not putting anything on fire. I get it. Trust me, I do. But it's just like it's a whole different like you can't compare smoking a joint to taking an edible. An edible goes like in your blood and your like I know we go to your blood too when you smoke, but it like the fact that it's in your stomach, it just is it's very psychedelic and most people can't handle it. My pulse was so high I couldn't talk or understand my boyfriend. Yeah, there you go. Is Barcelona better than Mexico City in terms of the city vibes? Oh, bro, I love Mexico City. I would not trade it for Barcelona right now. But that's like comparing a Ferrari to a Volkswagen. Like, and I love Mexico City, but the ugliest building in Barcelona. If you take the ugliest building that Gaudi has designed and is still in Barcelona, and you would put it in Mexico City, they would call it a UNESCO Heritage Wonder of the World. They would literally make you pay 5,000 pesos to enter. It would be like on all these Hallmark cards. It would be on the Mexican flag. There's no comparing. Like Mexico City is a if Barcelona is a 10 out of 10 in terms of aesthetics, in terms just like we're talking city vibes and aesthetics, Mexico City's a one, and it's not close. Like it's not a fair comparison. It really is not. Like Mexico City is a very ugly city compared to Barcelona. Um, Now the vibes, because you asked me about the vibes, I like the vibe of Mexico City better, hence me living here, because I feel like in Barcelona it's just tourist vibes now. It's just mass tourism vibes, mass everything vibes, mass party vibes, which is not Lorene, vet mom. This is happening. This is not a simulation. I'm here. What's up, Mariah? How you doing? Um, yeah. So that's my take on that. And don't get me wrong, I love Barcelona, but it has just become. It's like, all right. Here's the thing. If you've never been to Barcelona, you should go and you're gonna love it. I still think it's the greatest city in the world because it has everything. It has culture. It has kind of mountains. It has beach, accessible beach. Unlike Lisbon, where like Lisbon has a beach but you can't go to. You can only see it. You can't go and swim, which is so stupid. But if you were to go to Barcelona today, you've never been to Barcelona, you would say this is amazing. This is the greatest city on earth. But the thing is, it's like let's say someone has never seen, Jessica Alba or Jennifer Lopez, right? And they see him today for the first time. They see 30-year-old Jessica Alba. I'm assuming she's 40. I don't know. Or they see 50-year-old Jennifer Lopez. Is she 50 yet? Let's run with the J Lo. Let's do the J Lo example. If you never saw J Lo and you saw her today, you would be like, if you're objective, you would be like, oh my god, what a beautiful woman. Like, damn, right? But if you knew J Lo at 25, it's kind of like, that's how I feel about Barcelona. Barcelona is still objectively an amazing city, super beautiful, incredible, da 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 da. I was living in Barcelona in 2011, back when Messi was 24 years old, back when they were like, it was just, I was it was a real moment in time, and I was there for it. Like back when Barcelona won 6 prizes in a season, they won La Liga, they won the Copa del Rey, they won the Champions League, they won, uh, they won the Super Cup, they won the world champion, uh, the World Cup for teams, and then they won something else. They won 6 cups. Like everything you could win, they won. Like, and it's not just about football. It was just about Barcelona was exploding, but it hadn't exploded to that point yet. So there was tourism, but not like it wasn't that crazy yet. So like me having lived at that time in Barcelona, it's just impossible for me not to like kind of dislike what it has become because it's just gone down objectively. Yeah, the vibes were insane. It was crazy. Thank you, Jane Spade. You already know that's so cute. Somebody asked my favorite food, and then Jane is like lasagna. Yes, my mom's lasagna, not just any lasagna. Oh, Mike Davis, bro. Thank you so much, man. Big shout out, Mike Davis, coming through with the big bag, big donations. I appreciate you, man. Bro, keep on keeping on. Don't give in. Don't smoke tomorrow. Push the, like, you gotta push the streak, man. You gotta push this no smoking thing. Like, I promise you, it's only gonna get better. And the fact that you're 5 days in, I would argue that some of the hardest moments are already behind you. What made you move there at the time? How old were you? Okay, so I was 20 years old. I had just done an exchange program in Sweden. And that made me realize that I wanted to study another year abroad. So I begged my parents, I'm like, can I please do a master's year, like get a master's degree in another country? And I'm not gonna lie, blunt It's just honesty because I was trying to buy time before getting a job. So I wanted to go to Madrid initially. I didn't know Barcelona was a thing. I cannot stress this enough. I did not realize Barcelona was a thing. I didn't know anything about it. Hence, like it's still being low key. So I just Googled. All I knew is that I wanted to move to Spain because I wanted to go to a hot country. So I was trying to get to Madrid. And so I was looking for an English master's degree, like not a master's degree of English. I mean, a master's degree that was being taught in English in Spain. And my first choice was Madrid, but I couldn't find it in Madrid. And then I came across Noreen Vietnam. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You have been killing it with the donations, and this, like, the more that you support me, the more I'm gonna try to hop on here and give you the best of me, man. I have the best community in the world. Anyway, let me finish the story. So, um, right. So I found this international business management degree in Barcelona that was being taught in English, and and that's why I moved to Barcelona. And fun fact, I was so ignorant of Barcelona that I got my first room literally 1 hour outside of Barcelona. So I thought that was still Barcelona, but it was actually called Cerdanyola del Vallès, del Valles, Cerdanyola del Valles, which was like an hour by train outside of Barcelona. That's where I got my first room. And when I got there, I was like, huh, this doesn't look like it's Barcelona city center. And so then I moved a month later. But um, point is, the point is that I basically just stumbled upon it looking for a master's degree, and then I was like, what is this? Like, this is crazy. This city's amazing. And then the rest is history. And also, like, when I got so after my cancer, because I ended up leaving Barcelona after a year and a half with my Swedish ex at the time to move to Stockholm and to live in Stockholm for a year, and then we were going to move to Sydney. That was the whole plan because she went on to study to be a doctor in Sydney, and I would go with her. That's when I got sick, and I was relegated to move back to Belgium. And then just being back in Belgium and having to live in Belgium again, getting treatment, getting surgeries, um, I just always found myself going back to Barcelona because that was the last time that I was truly happy. So I would go to Barcelona like every other month. Ryanair flights were dirt cheap back then. And then after a couple of years, I finally decided to move back fully, and I did. And then I moved back for a year. I did that. Then I moved back to Belgium again. That's when I met my other ex, Katya, who made me move back again for the third time. And then COVID hit, and that was the last time I left Barcelona. And at this point, I feel like that has ran its course, and I have no intention of moving back to Barcelona. I love Mexico City. Guys, thank you so much for the donations. Noreen's at mom. I absolutely am so grateful for that. Mike Davis, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it. How is the new girl? So great. Honestly, it's been amazing. Flying high. Um, Super excited about it. Definitely ironic how so like last year I found myself in a very similar situation where I found love and then I had to go to Europe, and you guys know how the story ended. And I feel like it's funny because it happened the exact same month. Um, Something about April, man. Something about spring in Mexico City. The flowers blossom and things happen. Mike Davis. Benzo helped me more than any other person on the planet. I wanted to show some kind of appreciation for that. I appreciate you, man. I really do. And we've been through it. We've been in the trenches together. And the internet and YouTube is such an incredible thing where we get to like come together and do these things and like create, just it's all there. Like it's all on my channel. The history is all there. And then it's so exciting to see new people join the channel and creating new moments together. AD Jack, it's like you've lived so many lives. I've barely been out of my own country. Bro, I say that all the time. All the time. You hit the nail on the head. I feel like I have lived many, many lives. Not in a pretentious way. I just feel like After cancer, I feel like first of all, being cut down because of cancer at the age of 24, I lost some crucial years of like development, stuff that you do as like as in your mid 20s, because I was just relegated to being a sick handicap boy. And I feel like my late 20s and early 30s were like a lot of that was me trying to catch up. And I feel like cancer has forced me and has made me be a very young person. Like, in the sense of like, I'm living way younger than my age. Guys, I'll be 37 in 7 days. I don't think I look 37, but more importantly, let's be honest. I don't dress 37. I don't act like there's there's not a single white Belgian 37-year-old who's getting braids. I promise you that. Like, I'm getting tattoos at 37. Like, I joke a lot that it's a midlife crisis, but I truly feel it's because of the cancer, because it cut me down and I wasn't able to do a lot of things that I still needed to get out of my system. So I feel like it's been a blessing. Also, like me right now, I'm living with young people. I'm living with 25-year-olds, Gen Z people. They keep me super young and they challenge me, and I love that. When I talk to some of my peers that are my age who are just living back in Belgium or in general, I feel like I'm talking to a 45-year-old man. Like, the mind gets stuck so quick, and if you don't surround yourself by young people, and if you're just like watching the news and going to your 9 to 5, and it's really easy to become an old and grumpy person. So I'm really grateful for the fact that I've been able to bypass that. That's why amor fati. Cancer is the best thing that ever happened to me. Cancer objectively enriched my life and gave me a better outcome in terms of my life than had I not gotten it. And even if that's not true, I choose to believe that is true. All right, guys. Got about 5 more minutes because I gotta. The the women in the house are asking me to put on the grill. Synthetic opioids were designed to weaken the planet. Through a meteor plan backfired. They made me better and stronger. It was wonderful seeing you live. It was amazing. I always had the best time with you guys. Got really incredible donations yet again. The channel is doing so good. I'm so grateful. But don't worry, guys, because I know people are worried about like me only doing lives now. There's gonna be plenty more videos, and there's gonna be plenty more like videos that I'll make in Belgium and like out and about. I'm not gonna stop the recording outside. I know that's like a big part of the channel that you guys appreciate. So that ain't gonna end. That's not gonna stop. All right. All right, guys. If you haven't hit the thumb yet, that would be absolutely epic. Awesome. I would really appreciate you doing that. And let's get a final round of questions going to wrap up yet another sick live. Like a final good question for me to like go off at. By the way, I just went to train back and arms. That's why I got a little bit of a cheeky pump um, in the gym where the guy got shot in the head. Every now and then, man, gotta go check in with the hood. Check in, check the temperature. Put my finger under their armpit. See what's good. Thank you, JD. I appreciate you. What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now? Raising my kids, doing more public speaking, like more public talks. Like, I want to do seminars, like do this, but with a live audience. Definitely that. Still creating content. I want to keep the YouTube channel going regardless. Maybe owning my own gym. That's kind of the dream of mine. To own my own gym because I'm just so passionate about it. Um, Hmm. Yeah. Like I still feel like honestly, I'm using like 30% of my bandwidth and my talents right now. There's still a whole new level for me to unlock, and I truly feel that way. But honestly, raising kids, man, that's what I want to be doing in 10 years. Being a dad. I tell people of opiate recovery about you almost daily. Hopefully, it gets you more subs too. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you spreading the word, and I respect you, and I admire you for hanging in there and fighting the good fight, man. I know it's not easy, but you're doing it. So hats off to you, and I hope you know that. Any future surfing trips? The guy I used to do that with, so I used to do that with my Argentinian buddy Nacho. He was the main driver behind that. We're not really talking that much these days. I mean, he's killing it. He's always killing it. He's a very successful guy. Um, so the thing is, when you're living in Mexico and you're European, it's kind of hard. Like anytime I go to Europe, I'm basically spending all my time in Belgium. It's just the way it goes. Like I'm just not really like because like when I take trips here, obviously it's going to be in the U.S., it's going to be in the Caribbean, it's going to be like on this side of the world. So I feel like surfing trips are not really, and I guess I could do surfing trips as here as well. Like I could go to Puerto Escondido, but I'm not a passionate surfer. It's not something that really, has captured me. Good question though. I just wanted to say that you're an inspiration and encouraged me to keep pushing further in life. You're awesome, bro. You're awesome. Let's motherfucking get it. Like I'm telling you, man, this is all a video game. People's opinions, people's feelings, they don't matter. You have it in you. Look at me, unapologetically myself. I'm out here walking around with a Morfati on my shoulders, man. I got braids. I look like a mix between Frankenstein and Brad Pitt and Troy, and I'm still doing it. Perception is reality. Go all in on yourself, man. People will call it delusional until you succeed, and then they'll call you a genius. That's how this shit works. Ain't nobody better than you. Remember that. Stay down till you come up. Make a plan. Plot at the bottom. I love plotting at the bottom. I love swimming with the cockroaches, scratching around, trying to find something to eat. That's where I'm most comfortable. That's why I'm still living in the co-living. I don't want to get too comfortable. All right. I like the dirty dishes. I like the griminess. Keeps me hungry. Keeps me locked in. I love going to the hood. Here to work out there. Fucking pump myself up. That's what it's all about, man. Stay down till you come up. Because it's all about the come up. And the come up is here. But what goes up must come down. So you gotta be in both moments. You gotta appreciate the come up, be conscious of the come up, appreciate the prime, be conscious of the prime, but also understand this too won't last, this too shall pass. And that goes both ways. So like when I'm on the come up, I'm happy, but at the same time I'm like bracing myself because I know the come down's coming. When I'm at the bottom, dare I say I'm even more comfortable because I'm so good at being at the bottom. That's why you see me walking around with a hole in my jaw, like a literal titanium plate sticking out. And I'm still out here doing curls. I'm still out here doing leg raises. I'm still out here flexing. I feel more comfortable. I feel more locked in, more focused, and more like it's like time slows down. It's like like tomorrow doesn't exist. Like time becomes so present and so like in the moment. Like I get so hyper present and I actually like it. And the minute I get comfortable and the minute I'm healthy, I start worrying about the future. I start worrying about my pension. I start worrying about buying and owning a house, a property, and all this stuff starts accumulating in my mind. But when the chips are down, when I'm battling like real serious health scars, it's like all of that is reduced to one job, which is staying positive and staying alive. And I'm really good at that. And I like that job. I don't like all the other jobs. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to you, man. I appreciate you. Where would you like to visit or where would you like to settle? I mean, probably just settle either in Belgium or maybe like, yeah, probably Belgium. I mean, I could see myself settling in other places, like, but You're amazing. I needed this today. Nah, you're amazing for being here and supporting me. And that goes for all of you guys. Thank you so much for the 19 thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate that. Reading that, mom. I feel like a weight lifter with life. I wouldn't have it any other way. This is literally the whole thing is us paddling up shit's creek, guys. This is the whole thing. Like there is no finish line. Like if tomorrow all your problems were solved, all your stress was gone, you would be like, what now? And there's a lot of people like that. That's why they look for imaginary issues. That's why they focus on politics as if it's wrestling. That's why they focus on global issues. Like, bro, you know why I'm not like this is gonna sound horrible, but I don't care. Like, you know why I'm not worried about a pending World War III? Because I got my own world war right here. Like, focus on your actual reality, not all the stuff that you're getting. Like, no human, we're not supposed to download all of this global news every single day into our membranes and just like carry the burden of all political and military conflicts across the world on our shoulders. And like, just literally every day, just being like, it's not helping anything. And you being miserable and you feeling bad about it is not helping anything either. Thoughts and prayers. Fuck all of that. You can only help others if you're flying high yourself. Make a direct change in your direct environment. Today, I gave the mango girl 10 pesos extra. That's me trying to give back to my local community. You know, she's struggling. Get a little 10 pesos, which is nothing, but for her, she was happy as hell. You guys donate to me and it's trickle down. I donate to them. That's how it goes. All right, guys, I got to run soon. Oh boy, the camera decided to black out, so perfect timing. I love you all. Thank you so much for the donations, and I'll be back real soon. Peace.